This is not a Ferrari California, and I think you would be doing yourself and everybody else a disservice to call it that. This is not the new Ferrari California. It is not a convertible hardtop. It is a convertible soft top. I mean, it was kind of hard, but anyway, you get the picture. But this is not, if you've ever driven one, if you've ever looked at one, do not compare it to the Ferrari California. This is an incredible car and it deserves a lot of accolades, much beyond that. This is not a review. You can find proper auto journalists doing reviews on these cars all over the internet, so I'm not gonna try and do that. I just wanna show you this car in particular. This is a beautifully spec'd 2024 Ferrari Roma. Of course, it is a 2+2. This uses the 3.9 liter small displacement V8 twin turbo from Ferrari, 612 horsepower. Impressive because 612 horsepower out of their entry-ish model Ferrari is a hell of a lot of horsepower, especially since it's all going to those big fat rear wheels. This car comes to us from a very great client, a big client of Ferrari, and a client of ours, and he spec'd this car just incredibly. It's got a big, massive list of options. You'll see that in the trunk. But I think what we want to talk about right now is I'll point out some of those options. The car is basically brand new. It's got 867 miles on it, so not much at all. Beautifully finished in Nero Daytona. And what's interesting is that this interior with special requests all over the interior. This is called Iroko, so this color, this chocolate brown, if you will, leather interior certainly brings up the brown and the metallic of the paint. Speaking of paint, I'm walking right by, it does have the Scuderia fender shields. Normally in Ferrari, you see that as an embossed emblem. Well, these are the airbrushed logos, so these are $15,000 to have those airbrushed and painted onto the car rather than embossed into the fender. So special items like this is evident all the way around the car, whether it's in the front and we're looking at the carbon fiber front splitter or the surround view cameras that you're seeing in that front grille. Carbon fiber keeps going along the door, not the door sills, but the rocker panels. It's the same thing in the back as well. Big exterior carbon fiber options on this car, but that continues on into the interior as well. So the interior, again, really nicely appointed. As we look at these seats and the dash, you're seeing a mixture of different materials and different colors and really well spec'd out. So let's start with the seats. Daytona inserts, but these are ventilated Daytona inserts in the Alcantara in that same Iroko color with the contrast stitching. So those are special options as well. Two-tone across the interior. So lower part of your dash and the backs of the seats and the centers of the rear seats, that is in I can't talk today. That is in Nero Alcantara. And so that kind of swoops up into the cockpit of the driver, and same thing with the passenger. So the passenger also has an LCD display, dual display. That was something that came out, I believe, in the F12. And this car has them both, another expensive option. Your driver, surrounded in carbon fiber. So you've got carbon fiber trim in the driver zone. You have that carbon fiber LED steering wheel. Also here, you're noticing it's got neck warmers. That was something that was a big deal, and I would say is an option taken from Mercedes back in, I believe the neck warmer started in the mid-2000s. Nice feature indeed. Hi-fi stereo, I don't know if I mentioned that. Carbon fiber in that center console and in and around the center stack. Testudo? I can't. But in the special fabric for the soft top, that is also evident here on the rear tonneau cover. So behind your rear seats, the tonneau across the back that comes back down after you've closed or opened the top, that matches the same as the top of the car. In the back, carbon fiber rear splitter or rear diffuser. That surrounds the special option of the matte black sport exhaust pipes. Sport exhaust pipes and matte black, separate options. I call it hyper silver, but the silver painted wheels with yellow brake calipers, that always goes very nicely with the fender shields on the side of the car. And then, not to completely bore you, but I'm gonna move on from naming all the options. There's more to it. All modern Ferraris, or the newer Ferraris, have that sill plate or that data plate in the rear trunk. You'll see that in our photos, and that'll list all the options that the car had. The Manettino, all of us, we all love the Manettino, which is your sport and race and track mode selector on the steering wheel. On the steering wheel, you've got controls for everything. Your display is all digital in front of you, so you can configure that screen to whatever you want to do. You can move it from being, you can have your navigation, or you can have your media, or your phone call, whatever it is you want. You can see that in your display. The car is basically new. From new, it was completely wrapped in paint film protection. So as you're seeing it now, every surface right around the back, this is all PPF'd. So there's no rock chips, there's no scratches, there's no nothing anywhere in the car. It's essentially 6 months old, so the warranty has just started. Exquisite car, so much more than the Californias and the Portofinos were. Nice to see the evolution from Ferrari on their 2+2, and competes. Does it compete, or does it just kind of blow away a Turbo S cab or a Turbo cab, and some of the Aston product as well. Very cool car, screams Ferrari, sounds amazing, and this one is basically new. If we can answer any questions, please reach out. I'm Joel Friesen. We are Silver Arrow Cars, and this is our gorgeous 2024 Ferrari Roma Spider.